Hi, welcome back to another video. So this video, we are going to be going into the analysis part of Excel. So in our last video, we worked on data cleaning. We learned how to clean different things from our data, including duplicates and so on. And during data cleaning, I also talked about data types and all that. So today we are going to go into the analysis part of the data of Excel. Okay, so we're going to see, watch out if you have anything to clean in this data, clean it, and then we'll go right into analysis. So if you are still stuck and you still don't understand some concepts, please don't rush. Just kindly go back to the previous video to watch and understand all the concepts that you need to understand before moving to this stage. All right, so first of all, we are going to look for duplicate. We're going to check if we have duplicates in this data. So I'm going to go to data tab and then I'm going to select this remove duplicate and click on OK. So no duplicate values found. Then I'm going to make sure that this date column is a date data type, which is correct, is a date data type. And then this cost is in general. So we are going to give it a currency. Okay, so this cost should be in euros, not in naira. So we're going to change it to euros. The same thing, this is other value euro, so it shouldn't be in dollars, it should be in euros too. So we're going to change it to euros. So other value in euro, costs in euro, then profit. We're also going to change this profit to euro. Yeah. So I think that's all. Then the other ID is fine the way it is. Now, this is a sales export data that was collected that has information of the sales from 2019 to 2020. So this is a country column that has all the country that bought from this company. We have the order value, that's the order from each country or the order from each customer, the value of that order. We have the cost, that's the cost it took to produce the product or make the product available. Then we have the profits. You should know that to get the profit, you have to minus this order value from this cost value to get the profits. Okay, so you have to minus the order value from the cost to get the profit. Just in case you're wondering how to do that, let me just show you how you can do that. So let me say this is profits. Okay, then I'll come here, I'll go in with equal to, this is where the formula comes in, right? So I'll go to equal to. Wait, before that, let me zoom in so you can see this properly. Okay, I have to stop this formula. So I'll come here, going with equal to. So I'm going to start with the highest value, which is this, minus this, right? Then I'll click on enter. So you see, it's the same value with this. Then if I want to replicate it, I'll just double click here to replicate it, and that's how we get the profit. See, same value. So this is how you get profits. It's just in case you don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this because we already have a profit column, and then we have a dates column. We have categories of these products. We have the customer's name or company name. We have the sales manager in charge of the sales, and we have the sales rep, right? And then we have the device type and then the order ID. Right, so that's what this data is, and the objective for this data, the objective for the analysis of this data is to find it, to get the performance of these sales. So we want to know the performance of these sales, which company is buying more, which country is buying more, which product is doing well. Do you understand? Just to know the description of this data, so the company can better make good decisions. They can make better decisions using the information gotten from the analysis of this data. So now what we're going to do is that we're going to insert a pivot table. So pivot table is what we use to we will use pivot table to summarize data, right? That's basically to analyze data. So when you click on insert, go to insert, Then you click on table. We need to first convert this into a table. So this is a create a table to organize and analyze related table. Table make it easy to sort, filter and format data within a sheet. So we're going to just click on this, and it will ask us where is the data for your table. So the range of the data is selected. That means the range of this info, all the data is selected, and you need to make sure that my table has headers selected. Then I'll click on OK. So we've turned this into what, a table. Now I'll go back to insert. You can also change the table name. You can come here and make it, call it sales, can call it sales exports. That's going to be the table name. And then you're going to click on insert again, then click on pivot table. And then we are going to select from table range. That means we want this table range to create pivot table, including this the data from this table range. So then we're going to click this. So it's going to ask us the table slash range. So you selected the table range, that's this table here. Then it's asking us whether you want to use a new worksheet or existing worksheet. So we are making use of a new worksheet, okay? So once it's open, we want the pivot table to open to a new worksheet. So I'm going to click on OK. Now we have a pivot table here. So this is a pivot table. Use it to build a report. Choose fields from the pivot table field list. So this is the field list in the pivot table. So this field list consists of the columns, right? The column names of the table. So and then we have table fields. I'm going to show you how to make use of these different things. So the first thing we are going to create is what we call KPI. So KPI, they mean it means key performance indicator. So it means key performance indicator. It helps to help us to know the performance of a data or the performance of a sales in this context. So to help to know the performance of the sales. So things like total profit, cost, total orders, how many customers that we have, things like that help us to have an idea of the performance of the sale. So when we see total profit and the total cost, it can help us to know, oh, the profit is larger than the cost. So that means it's a good thing, so and so. So it just helps you know the performance of your sale. That's what this KPI does. So we're going to first create a KPI, right, using this pivot table. So if you notice, when you click outside of the pivot table field disappears. But when you click on this pivot table, it reappears again. So we are going to create a KPI. So example of a KPI we're going to create is profit. So we want to know the total profit. So I'll drag this profit to these value fields. So basically what this value field does is add calculations. So whenever I have any number column you want to calculate, to bring it in this value field. So when you click on this small arrow and click on value field settings, you're going to see the different calculations you can do: the sum, the count, the average, max. These are different things you can do, but this situation we want sum because we want to know sum of the profit. So that's why I selected sum. So sum of profit is 18,992,427.72 euros. That's the profit. Now we know the profit. I would like to know the to sum of costs. Okay. So I will have to create another pivot table to know the sum of costs. So instead of going through the process we went through earlier to create a pivot table, I can just highlight and copy this already existing pivot table and paste it for me to have a new pivot table. So I'll just highlight this, right click, copy, then I'll come here, right click and paste, but you're going to be using these stored paste options. So I'll click on it and then I'll remove this sum of profit and put cost here because we want to get the sum of cost. So sum of cost is what? 94,369,000,210.99 euros. So this is to show you that it has more cost than profit. That means they made loss. If the profit is less than the cost, that's bad. The profit should be more than the cost. Okay, so you see, it's giving us an idea of the performance of these sales. Now we want to know the total order value. So basically the total order values should be, let's see. So I'm going to remove this cost and put this other value. So sum of other value is this, right? This is like the revenue. So it's from the revenue you minus the cost to get the profit. So this is the revenue kind of. We're still going to change. I'll change this title later to revenue. So this is another KPI. So this is the total revenue that was gotten. Now I want us to do for how many orders. So trying to get how many orders that was made will give you an idea of the performance of this sales. So I'll remove this and then I'll bring order ID. So counting the order ID will give you how many orders. So count of order ID. You see that this one's are sum, but this one's account. Because the order ID, if you go back to this table, you will see that the order ID, you can't sum the order ID because they are just bunch of numbers. You can't sum them. It won't give you the correct result. So it had 1,000 orders. All right. So you can also count customers. This is customer name. So we can count how many customers they have. So we can right click copy and right click paste using formula and then remove sum of cost and then we'll bring the customer name here. So they have count of customer name 1,000. So it's not correct, right? It's not correct actually. Let's go to the customer name column. So see the customer name column here. See the customer name column. So they have, if you count this, you know how many customers they have here. So, but this 1,000 is not correct. Well, the best way to do this is using distinct count. But unfortunately, Excel doesn't have distinct count. Google Sheet does have distinct count. Google Sheet has distinct count. You can use distinct count in Google Sheet, I think. Let's check. Let's go to. So I'm trying to bring in this data. And in case you don't know, you can also use Google Sheet to analyze. You can also use Google Sheet to analyze data. Okay. So I'm going to if you need a course on that on how to use Google Sheet to analyze data, you let me know. So I want to show you guys the category. Sorry, the customer name. Let's see. And then another thing that might be an issue is that the customer name is a text and not a is a text and not a number. So if you use count A, it's still not going to give you a correct result because you need a distinct count. The distinct count remove duplicate because you can see one customer appearing more than once, like Johnson and Johnson is here, Johnson and Johnson is here too, Johnson and Johnson is here. So if you count it like that, it's going to give you, not going to give you correct answer. So let's see, there should be distinct count here. Let's see if count unique works. 76, so it works. So we have 76 customers, see. So Google Sheets can use count unique, so unique values. So they have 76 unique values. That means they have 76 customers. So let's go back to Excel and let's see if we can make use of if we can make use of that count unique. But we've turned this into a table already, so I doubt we can do that here. So let's see. So there's no count distance here. We have D count A, D count distinct count. So basically, Excel doesn't have distinct count. So that's the limitations of Excel. Okay. So we are going to be removing this. What we can do is, and now that we know the distinct count, right? Now, okay, let me not delete it. So now that we know the distinct count, which is 76, when we are creating our dashboard, I'm going to now show you how you can still put the distinct count even though you didn't use Excel to calculate it. So we've gotten the KPIs here, which is sum of profit, cost, other sum of other value, sum of customer ID, that's the sum number of orders. Now let's now move into the proper analysis. These are just KPIs. So when you are doing analysis, you're supposed to get like first get important KPIs, right? Get important KPIs. So the KPI you will do is based on the objective of the analysis. So the objective of the analysis is the reason for the analysis. That's the purpose, what you want to get from the data. So I already mentioned the objective, like what we want to get from the data, and that is why I chose to do this as KPI. So